And we live. Welcome back with another one, Off the Bench family. It's the 8th episode of Off the Bench podcast. If you're new tuning in, go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe. We just recently hit 100 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? We thankful for that, for everybody that's been supporting, you know what I'm saying, helping us out.
Been running this shit up, can't get no sleep.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, y'all keep showing love.
Keep supporting.
Keep supporting. We only gonna get bigger and better from here. But today we're gonna be talking about the game ones and basically giving our based off these game ones, thinking who's gonna win the series. And we're gonna start off with the Nuggets and the Lakers.
Great game. Not the first half, probably wasn't the best. Denver came out with a total onslaught. Nikola Jokic had an incredible first half, let alone first 6 minutes. Had like 10 boards in the first 6 minutes. I was astonished. I was shocked because I was like, no way he got 10 boards already against Anthony Davis. That first half, it was just all Denver Nuggets. And the Lakers, even though that they were getting blown out and aired out, the Nuggets couldn't miss. They were still right there. I was watching that game and I was saying, if the Lakers can get this to 12,
I was saying the
they
same
in good
thing.
shape.
I was saying if they got it to under double digits at half.
I knew they weren't gonna do that. I knew they weren't gonna do that because it was like 16 with like a minute and a half left, and I was like, okay, they kind of creeping back. They can get it under 12 or 12 and under. That's manageable going into the third, which they got it to like 11. Jokic hit that three at the end, which made them go back up 14. Lakers came out second half and they turned up the intensity. They started making more shots. LeBron asserted himself more. Anthony Davis had a big 40-piece game. And I just feel like this game came down to the Nuggets being at home and their role players and everybody stepping up in big ways. When you got Jamal Murray scoring 31 points, Jokic giving you a 30-point triple-double. You got Jamal, the possession ends here, Porter Jr. Jamal just run back on defense, Porter Jr. Every time he get the ball, he's shooting that mug. He had a few threes yesterday, right in the face of Austin Reeves. Great contest, great defense, right in his face. He still just shoot right over the top of you. Bruce Brown came off the bench, gave him some big minutes. This series is just gonna come down to the coach's adjustment. Darvin Ham made one late in the third quarter, or I want to say early in the third. Jokic was still getting off a little bit. He had like 13 points in a quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, the whole fourth, I think for like the first 10 minutes until like the last 2 minutes, he finally got his first point when Rui was on him and AD was the free safety. Kind of like how Joe Mazzulla did last series with 76ers, putting Rob Will back in, putting him on PJ Tucker to let him just be the free safety. And I think they will have some success with that. But I love Michael Malone. I keep saying that because I saw a report and they asked him about that matchup change, and he like scuffed at it. He was like, "You don't think Jokic ever seen you? Like we not ready for that? You act like we ain't never seen this before." And I love that from Mike Malone. Not backing down. He know who he got. He know who Nikola Jokic is, and he know what he needs to do to put his team in the best possible situations to win. And game one was just a great masterclass game. Could have went into overtime. Nuggets was making some tough shots at the end of the shot clock. It just all around the game that was just too much for the Lakers to overcome. But if I'm a Lakers fan or if I'm a Lakers coach, player, or whatever, I'm not holding my head down. We lost by 6 points on the road, game one Western Conference Finals, when we played a terrible first half, and we still had a chance to win the game.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you that then. Say if I'm a Lakers fan, you just said I should, go home my head held high. What is the biggest thing that I'm looking for, from game one to game two for the Lakers?
Biggest thing you looking forward to?
Yeah.
Well, big takeaways you got is Anthony Davis. You're gonna have more games like this. Obviously, I feel like Anthony Davis probably not 40 points. AD not gonna have those 20-point games, 17-point games in this series. I just don't feel like it because they put pressure on the rim. That's where AD do most of his killing. They have nobody who can stop him. LeBron, I feel like he's still gonna do the same thing. Pick out that Jamal Murray matchup, get him in foul trouble down the stretch. Let LeBron dictate the game, kind of like how he's been doing this whole playoff run. And like I said, I think that the Lakers have a good enough roster and good enough bodies to counterpart whatever the Denver Nuggets is going to try to counterpart what they're going to try to do.
And so, I seen on Draymond podcast, he was saying how they was good, like with Anthony Davis, you can put Anthony Davis on Aaron Gordon
Mm-hmm.
because if Mike Malone gonna play Aaron Gordon in that dunker spot,
That's what
you
I
know
was just saying.
you
Let
know what
him
I'm
be
saying?
that free safety.
Yeah, that means you're gonna clog everything
Mm-hmm.
up. What Draymond was saying, if I'm Mike Malone, do I go and insert Jeff Green because he is capable of knocking down that corner 3-point shot? Even though you know what I'm saying, the Lakers probably is still gonna live with him shooting and making those threes if he gonna beat you. Because I feel like if Jeff Green in that position, he gonna at least have to make 3 of those threes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying before.
I mean, he made one in game one. I mean, it was literally a wind up, wide open shot. We know Jeff Green can make it.
Yeah,
It's just like you said, are they gonna be able to live and down that hill? And I just think Aaron Gordon, his role for this series, we may see a little like how we seen Vanderbilt last series. We see less and less and less of him.
but is Mike Malone gonna be able to make that change?
I think he will. I think Michael Malone is a good coach. I feel like he's more of a situational type of guy. So whatever the situation is, he coached to how the game is going and dictating right then. Because Aaron Gordon, he didn't even play that much in game one, but
Mm-hmm.
he was like in the game. Like I don't even think he was in the fourth quarter. He didn't play until like the last 3-4 minutes, and that was really because I mean, AD was just helping off of him the whole second half. So I mean, there wasn't no point of playing him. You
Yeah,
rolling with the guys who Jeff Green saw extended minutes, Bruce Brown saw extended minutes, KCP, the usual Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic, they all play heavy minutes. And I just think, I don't know, this series I said it was gonna go 7, and I still stand by that from seeing game one because it's 1-0 Denver, it could easily be 1-0 Lakers. And if I'm both teams, I'm walking out of here saying we can win this series, you know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying, comfortably. Just watching game one. Now I got some serious I gotta ask you though, cause I don't like to praise up guys like that if it's not Steph Curry. You know this, but is when are we gonna have a debate or a conversation, serious conversation? Is Jokic the best player in the league?
I don't know. I mean, I can give him that right now since that's the way of going about judging people what they done for me lately. Kind of the last man standing, putting up these type of numbers. So you know what I'm saying? Kind of by default, yeah. I think he need to go ahead and finish it off to put the icing on the cake for him to stick out with his chest because
So
he's.
who? Oh, since you just said that, who would you say better than him? You saying by default and all that. Who would you have better than? I'm not just talking about recency bias and none of that type. I'm talking about over like, because for me, this has been like an on-current thing for him, just building up year by year. Started with the loss in the bubble. He won 2 MVPs after that.
Hmm.
Never had no playoff success. His team was hurt. And just like Giannis got that ring in 2021 after winning 2 MVPs that propelled him up to being the best player. And I just think,
Yeah, but I never.
yeah. You never said that. I understand that, but like just how people grasp and just look at him, it's like he got the accolades and he's doing it on the most
That's why I
important
said. Yeah,
stage.
that's why I said if you win this one, that's where you know what I'm saying. But
It'll become
he got to get some hardware behind him.
he do got to get some hardware. I just love how you been playing though. He been playing like he the best player in the league, best player in the NBA. And like I said, I'm not even the Jokic guy. Every time we play him, we gonna give him hell. But I got to give respect to that fat dude because dude he has been hooping. He been carrying Loki. He been carrying the Nuggets because if it wasn't for him going berserks in the first half and the Lakers could keep it close, oh, they win that game. They win that game for sure. And I think it brought more trouble for Denver going down 0-1 at home, giving the Lakers home court,
Hmm.
rather than the Lakers losing one on the road.
I still think it's still pressure on the Nuggets
Oh, yeah,
to
for sure.
win
Game two.
tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because like biggest thing I took away from that Nuggets Lakers game in game one was the rebounding disparity.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like AD was kind of getting he was. I ain't gonna say kind of. He was getting his ass kicked. Jokic got 11 more rebounds than you do, even though you got 10, which is solid. But you know what I'm saying? You going against Nikola Jokic, time for you to go put your big boy pants on.
Yeah.
We need you to match that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? You ain't DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need you to go match, at least go give me 15, 17 rebounds.
Mm.
You got 21 boards. I need something like that. But AD, he had a fairly solid game. Uh, but outside of the made shots, as you said, the made tough shots, because role players gonna play better at home, which I was expecting. Denver always, Denver from the first round series. They came out and blitzed the Timberwolves. Second round series against the Suns, they blitzed the Suns in game one. Came out did the same thing in this series in game one. So I didn't expect nothing less. Like I said, they had the number two rated offense all season for a reason. One of the best home court advantages all season for a reason. 7-0 now in the playoffs at home for a reason. So I expect nothing less like nothing than that. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Murray had a decent game. He was steady. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to say he was steady at 31, but you know what I'm saying? He had a good game.
He was phenomenal. The shots he was making
And
was
that's what's
crazy.
crazy because we had a conference finals review for both sides, but we didn't get the footage and all that. They didn't record. So, but this was to say that I wanted to say what was the question I had asked you on there? And I was like, what was who would be the X factor with Jamal and Austin Reeves? And you see Jamal, outplayed that matchup and ended up coming victorious. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Austin Reeves is the Lakers X factor, and the Nuggets is, you know what I'm saying, Jamal Murray is that X factor. Because Jamal Murray, like, just kind of like every other series, if Jamal Murray getting you 30, because you know what Yo gonna do. Now, if you get 30 from Jamal Murray and the way he be getting his 30, it's all three levels. That in between game, the 3-point game, getting to the line, and it kind of be like flashy with it, like kind of cocky with it too. Like I like it though. I like his swag a little bit. Uh, but yeah, Austin Reeves just couldn't get it going, but they still had a chance to win. That's why the Lakers, even D'Lo didn't have a good game either.
I think Austin did solid. He played better in the second
Yeah, in
half,
the
but
second half.
he made like 4 threes in the second half because hunting out Jamal Murray, and I think that's gonna be a big thing for him. They weren't really hunting out Austin Reeves, but on offensive end for the Lakers, in the end of the game, they kept running that slip pick and pop Austin Reeves and LeBron. Jamal Murray not gonna switch off that, so he just gonna hedge it, and that leaves Austin Reeves open for a split second. That's all a shooter needs in the NBA. And he made like 4 of them, and those were timely baskets down the stretch. And I just feel, I don't know, Austin Reeves, he could have played a little better, but I just think his game he is one of the X factors for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the biggest X factor I just think it's AD.
I mean, I see where you come from, but I feel like as the man on your team, you shouldn't be the X factor because we expect you to go out and do that.
But the only reason I say he is X factor, he not really looked at as the man of his team. People still look at that as LeBron's team. He
Even
still,
though even though that's LeBron though.
yeah, but I know that's why I say AD is the X factor because we know what we get from Bron. We know exactly game in from game out. Even if it's a bad game, we know we get 20 plays, we gonna get some boards and some assists. AD, his good games be great, and his bad games just be like, where were you at that day? You know what I mean? AD can't have those type of games. Last night was a great representation of how he needs to play. They just came up short. You just the other team. It was high level basketball all throughout from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. I always say if both teams are scoring 30 points in a quarter together, that's high level basketball. That means they are running their offense and they are getting what they want to get at a high level, and that's even on good defense. Sometimes better offense just beat good defense. I just think AD he has to take that matchup personal, and like you said, you just can't let Jokic punk you. I mean, just because that's just how it looked. You look like he was punk you, getting rebounds, just tipping it to himself over 2 people, just getting the ball out in transition. That's another thing. The Lakers, you got to get back in transition. It was a lot of times in that game where they were just letting the Nuggets just get the ball ahead of them, and Aaron Gordon would go down and get a foul, or they would just Jokic get the rebound, push the ball out to Jamal Murray, corner three to KCP. And it's just like you got to get back on defense because LeBron, you know how LeBron, AD call complaining about calls and stuff. You gotta stop all that. Y'all giving up points every time you do that. Run back, make them play against your set defense, which has been number one in the playoffs since the playoffs been started. And you just held the Warriors, who's one of the best offensive teams, to a shit show series. You can do similar things to the Denver Nuggets. You just have to play your way of basketball. And I think that's what Darvin Ham definitely gonna instill in them, make them play half court and not open the game up all like just full court a track meet. Because they can't beat us half court. As we seen in the second half, it started getting a little stagnant, started getting a little ugly. Jokic wasn't getting it going, other guys weren't getting it going. Lakers, they start playing how they play. Get to the free throw line, limit to one shot per possession. That's Laker way of getting back into these games. But I think this is gonna be a banger series for sure though. Hopefully we get 7 games of it.
For sure, for sure. But speaking of high level basketball, that game that just came on tonight, I ain't gonna lie.
That was high level.
High level. High I'm talking about high level. But that's as I anticipated though, you know what I'm saying? Cause another Heat Celtics, you can't go wrong with a Heat Celtics
Cannot go
matchup.
wrong with
Especially
it.
in the conference finals.
Can't go wrong
You
with it.
cannot go wrong with that matchup because they just those two teams who you know they're gonna defend at a high level. So it's gonna make every possession on offense even more of a grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to work for that bucket that you come out with. Then not gonna really, it's the conference finals. You ain't getting that same whistle that you would get in the first round, second round series. It's conference finals. You got you 4 wins away from reaching the epitome of basketball.
Finals, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that mountaintop of basketball.
The pinnacle, you right there.
So I just did that game tonight with just high level basketball. And if I didn't watch the game, the Heat did. They did win the game. They won game 1, came out victorious, which I had the Heat winning in 7 games, which I'm gonna stick by that. After today, I'm even more satisfied with that. It just the determination of how Jimmy is playing right now is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As I told you before, at the last year, after they lost, after the shot and shit, he came into the press game conference. He said we're gonna be in the exact same position next year with the same team, and we're gonna have enough to get it done. You know what I'm saying? You see Max Struz, he give you 15. Gabe Vincent give you 15. Caleb Martin give you 15. Nigga, Kyle Lowry was hooping off the bench. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? That's huge right there. Yeah, you got a championship point guard that's not a starter, but you know what I'm saying? But can still give you quality minutes off the bench.
That kept him in the game. First half.
That definitely kept him in the game. He was out there hooping.
11 points.
You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting way more from Bam. Bam.
He had a good game today.
Bam had a rebound. I'm a clip this for y'all when I post this on Instagram because I record this myself on TikTok. And I was like, bro, I'm getting so sick of Bam because this Bam gonna need to be aggressive if they want to come out on top in this series. It was Bam got a rebound. Transition. He got 2 of his teammates on the wing. He got Jaylen Brown. And I think it was Marcus Smart on him. And it was Jaylen Brown going towards the wing to the wing man. And then Mark Smart had rolled past him. He had kind of slipped, but where he can like shoot a layup, this nigga passed it out. But I was like, come on, Bam. I was like, you gotta stop it. He had way too many of those in the playoffs, and you know what I'm saying? He just gotta be aggressive if they gonna want to win. Because Coach Joe Mazzulla, his game plan was basically don't let Bam give out those dribble handoffs. Give him space on no drives. Let him shoot that pull up midi at the elbow. You know what I'm saying? That was the game plan. Is see if Bam can beat us. See if Bam gonna be aggressive enough to make plays. And you know what I'm saying? But they came out on top. You know,
I feel like for the most part he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was aggressive, but it was just that specific play was just to show like, Bam, stop.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Come on now. You can't be doing that. Like, come on now.
This game gave me Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa vibes. This was a heavyweight slugger fest.
You know what I'm saying? They were going on runs at the run. Because everybody thought it was done. I was checking my phone on Twitter when Boston went on that like 18-3 run. Everybody thought the game was over after that. It was like, yeah, this game over. Yeah, this series over. Yeah, this is exactly how I want my team. I can't. It's hard to not see to win it all. I was like, all right, bro. Like
the Celtics probably felt that way too, because it's just saying like they just stopped. Everything that worked for them, it just seemed like it stopped, and it's so crazy. That's why I can't put none of this on. Well, I'm not gonna say none of it. Over with. The Heat, they came right back, punched them in the mouth. They went up 6 points, and they never looked back. They never gave the lead back. And that's just a testament to Jimmy.
The whole team.
Yeah, the whole team.
Even just saying that whole team. They ain't got no holes over there.
I gotta give respect to Jimmy though, because once they beat the Bucks, I said I can't bet against the Heat. And the only reason why is because Jimmy Butler is just gonna do whatever it takes for his team to win the game. He had 6 steals to go along with his 30+ points today. 6 steals.
Like the whole second half.
6 steals. The whole second half didn't get no break. That if that's not a true definition of a two-way player, somebody who's laying his life on the line on offense and defense, I'll give you 30, coach, and I'll go stop Jaylen Brown, and I'll go hold Jason Tatum and slow them down while I'll be your best player. The dagger three that Jimmy hit, Jimmy not even a three-point shooter, and he made some threes this game, and I was like, no way Jimmy shot that and made it. And I just want to give my hats off and respect to him because when you a coach and you a culture like the Heat and you got an ultimate competitor as your best player like Jimmy Butler, how they had a D Wade when he was their best player, he an ultra high level competitor. Mm-hmm. It's hard to lose with those guys because no matter who they got on the court with them, no matter what situation they in, they have a chance to win. They know how good their defense are, and they know if we can just get some shots falling. Max Strus had 2 points in the first half, and it was really a shot he didn't even want to shoot. It was a little mid-range shot. Came out second half, scored 13 points, had 2 threes. Kevin Love, he had a few big threes. Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, like he said, just guys that just picking up roles and just picking up minutes, picking up points, and just playing in the right position.
And I ain't gonna lie, Max Strus and Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent are all gonna be free agents this summer.
And all of them are undrafted. All 3 of them.
That's why they hooping like that.
They want that money.
Man, you think Miami gonna pay them boys?
They paid Duncan Robinson. They paid Duncan. Yes, they gonna pay them boys. Max Strus has been for the last few years been pivotal for them.
And definitely Caleb Martin this year.
Yeah, but Max Strus, he got to get paid. Last year, young people not gonna remember the shot he made Game 7 last year against the Celtics, right before Jimmy missed. If it wasn't for him, Jimmy shot wouldn't have mattered. No way. He the one who got that game down to 2 points off that lucky 3 that he shot. I don't know how he made it, but Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, he was big this year. The 3 he hit against the Bucks to make them win that game. And like you said, Caleb Martin, boy, these guys they look like they are undrafted, hungry guys, but they are actual basketball players who can contribute to winning ball.
Well, one thing, because in the first half when the way the Celtics play style is basically like 5-out drive and kick, damn near shell drill. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Where you drive and kick, we're gonna get open threes from that, and that's basically what would give Miami problems. But they weren't shooting threes; they would just run them off the line, and they would get layups because they couldn't contain the ball. And I was thinking, how you feel about my adjustment right here? You put Bam on Tatum. Whenever you got Kyle Lowry, Bam, and Jimmy in all at the same time, you can run Bam on Tatum. You can go Kyle Lowry on Jaylen Brown and Jimmy Butler on Al Horford. Now, I say that because if you run a pick and roll with any of those guys, those are capable defenders, so they can that's an easy handoff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you try to run a 2-man game with Jaylen Brown, basically what I'm just saying. So I think that would have been better. Then with it would limit the blow bys, the drive bys, or eliminate those drive and kick opportunities, because I think that's when the Celtics at their best, when they can drive and kick and spot up instead of creating and making plays out of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what's like the flow disruptance from the first half to the second half. They wasn't getting it.
And you know what I'm saying? I like the adjustment. What adjustment did they make from first half to second half? Was it any? I know they were playing zone a lot in the first half, and they couldn't really contain it.
I think it was more. It was them going back to man and them just keeping the ball in front. I think that was just the biggest change, because I think that was the problem. It wasn't they scoring. It wasn't that they weren't playing hard. It was just that they couldn't keep the ball in front. So they were just putting themselves in a heavy closeout situation where they just blowing by them and getting easy looks at the rim. And that's really what started everything. Then once second half, they started slowing down. You know what I'm saying? They started locking up.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, they was strapping.
They was
strapping.
They was.
You know what I'm saying? Once they started playing like the Miami Heat on the defensive end. But I think Spo should definitely take a look into that, like watching film, because like even because that's how basically how I go. They'll run a Tatum, Al Horford, pick and pop if they try to double. And you know what I'm saying? Al Horford get that too. Or they'll run, you know what I'm saying, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, you know what I'm saying, 2-man action. Where that'll be easy. Cause yeah, I still have Kyle Lowry on Tatum, where I can still have help line right there. You know what I'm saying? That's then Jimmy Butler on Jalen Brown. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Then have Bam. What I'm trying to do is get Bam away from Al Horford, where he can be more so free safety.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though Tatum gonna be like Tatum gonna more so be on ball actions than off the ball actions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he on ball, he gonna be the one making the pass out, where Bam can already, you know what I'm saying, do what he doing on the backside. I think that would be a little cool slight adjustment too.
I like that. I like this thing with this game really brought to my eyes and my attention is that no slight to Jalen Brown, but the possessions where Jimmy was on him, it was bad. Like he was having his way with Gabe Vincent, like just getting around him.
He was because he's too small.
He is too small, like height and
weight
size.
wise,
Yeah,
you know
yeah, just too small. But Jimmy was on him for not every possession, but like Jimmy was picking up on him. And I remember this man, Jalen Brown tried to get it was a possession. I was like, okay, they need a score. Tatum was out. Jimmy on Jalen Brown. Obviously, he the best offensive guy. And I'm like, all right, Jalen Brown getting to his little size up between the legs behind the back.
All right.
And Jimmy was just sitting on it. And I'm like, I ain't gonna say nothing yet. I'm just gonna keep watching. Jalen Brown got the ball again, coming up the right side. And Jimmy Butler, he owned it again. He owned it. Take the ball, just strip the ball right out of his hand. And I'm like, Jalen Brown, he can't do nothing with Jimmy Butler right now.
I think the biggest thing that Jalen Brown needs to work on is his playmaking. Yeah. His playmaking is awful. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a couple times where he was trying to make a play for himself and ended up just trying to force a lob to Rod Will, and he, you know what I'm saying, resulted in a turnover. I just think that would make his team a better team in those situations, because the Celtics always been like not a good closing team where they can like close teams out in a fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They always kind of seem discombobulated, but they is still a young team. You know what I'm saying? Because they, even though they is experienced a little season, they still young. But dang, they still be having bone. That's why people be saying they need a traditional point guard where they won't be having no bonehead plays, those turnovers, these quick shots, these little mistakes that keep going on. That's gonna end up hurting them, especially like a Heat team like this. You know what I'm saying? And another name that we forgot to say that, you know what I'm saying, we probably clown for picking them up in the summer, Kevin Love. But from having a championship veteran guy like that to come in to the Heat culture, you know what I'm saying, now it makes sense because he was also huge in this game.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? So he was also huge in the series before this game. He been huge this whole playoff. So I understand that pickup now.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because he is a champion. He is a vet. You know what I'm saying? He still got game left. In the culture he went to is what, you know what I'm saying, what can maximize his full skill set. So yeah.
I love it. One more thing I wanted to just say. I don't know how much more we're gonna see of Peyton Pritchard. Joe Mazzulla went with him today, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I think I know why, because I feel he haven't played none of the playoffs, right, until this game. You know what I'm saying, fairly much. Because I feel like that Cal Lowry, he felt like he can match that Cal Lowry with Peyton Pritchard.
That was a bad judgment call. You should just went with Grant.
Exactly. I feel like Grant. Yeah.
Grant been here. You know
why
played.
Grant? Well, I don't even know why he.
I don't know either. He just thought he just came out the rotations. I don't know. I gotta ask Celtics fan. I gotta do my research because Grant Williams definitely should be playing in these type of games.
In this
type of series,
in this series, yeah,
where it's too
physical ground pound.
Yeah, you can throw him on Caleb Martin. You can throw him, put him on spot minutes on Bam, on Jimmy. He a versatile big. He could knock the three down. Yeah. He gonna bring more. I just feel like the Celtics got enough guards to play. You got Brogdon, you got White and Smart. Why are you adding a fourth one?
Bro, it kind of it'd be funny too, cause watching like Brogdon, cause they feel now that Brogdon move kind of made it makes sense, but it don't make sense, because I feel like that move just kind of solidified and validated that Marcus Smart is supposed to be the pure point guard.
Mm-hmm.
With those, like you said, he had 10 assists in the first half, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you watch Michael Brogdon on the Celtics, his foot be on the gas to go get a buck.
Yeah, six man mentality.
You know, exactly. So I'm saying that kind of, and now in this, like in the playoffs, it kind of like hyping a little bit, where like it's evident that they went all in on Marcus Smart being the true point, the floor general.
And I think they also went in a little bit on Derek White, helping him being the point guard. Derek White last year when they made that run to the championship, Derek White was the secondary like playmaker point guard for that team, and now it's just like if it ain't Marcus Smart in the game controlling it, it's Jason Tatum.
I would say outside of the Atlanta Hawks series, Derek White ain't been on that.
He hasn't. I mean, today he had his best game in like the last 10 games, which says a lot. He only had 11 points, like 2 rebounds, no assists. And that was his best game in like last round and a half or something like that. Derek White, he ain't the same Derek White he was last year. And I think they missing that type of production. I feel like
Ime,
you think it's Ime?
I'm trying to tell you the coaching is gonna be the biggest difference from last year and this year series.
Bro, I don't really see that much of a difference.
I think getting a full maximum potential, offensively and defensively, because I don't think they would have. I don't think if Ime was the coach, I don't think they would have came out so lax, so complacent. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they won the game at halftime.
What they have won last year with Joe Mazzulla against the Bucks.
Against the Bucks, I don't think so. Because I don't think the adjustments.
You don't think so? You don't think they could?
Because like you said, his adjustment in this game, well, even though it ain't really adjustment because it is game one, but as the game, it's still in-game adjustments. His in-game adjustments, on the fly adjustment, was a painting picture.
But you don't think they played a Chris Middleton-less Milwaukee Bucks team, and it still went 7, and Ime had a big part of them winning. You don't think Joe Mazzulla could have coached them boys into were they at home? No, they were on the road, weren't they?
No,
they had to be on the road. We had home court advantage in the finals. They had to be on the road. Bucks was the number 1 seed.
Bucks was the number 2 seed.
He was the one. So yeah, they was on the road. You think they would? You don't think Joe Mazzulla would have put them in position to win that? Because I can see what you're saying from the next series where we talk about when they went to the conference finals and they played the Heat, and then even that came down to a shot.
Yeah, it did.
I think the biggest thing, and I just think it's on the players for the Celtics. I'm not saying they got to grow up, but they got to grow up. We can't. I mean, they are young, is warranted, but like they're young. They are a young team. Like, how many more years we gonna say that? We were saying that in 2018 when Tatum was a rookie, and they was in the conference finals.
But also, this why I say also like coaching too, because Miami scored 30+ points in the third quarter with no timeout.
46, yes, and he did not call a timeout.
It's problematic.
It is problematic.
That's coaching.
It is.
But then on and like down the stretch offensively, like if you calling these timeouts where you can go into X's and O's where you can call a ATO and go out there and execute, you're not doing that either. You just going in a huddle, telling them play hard and leave. You know what I'm saying? It's more the coaching than that. That's motivating.
I'm pretty sure he was saying more than that. They were just showing us about that.
I ain't saying what they were showing us. I'm showing what they were showing us playing, like the court, not the sound.
I think a lot of it was on the players. A lot of those bonehead turnovers. Robert Williams had a turnover right to Kevin Love arms that led to a layup that was just boneheaded. Jaylen Brown, he had one where he got in the air and tried to throw it off the backboard. Bam came down with it, 3-on-1. They scored. Another one, Jaylen Brown threw it away, gave Vincent 2-on-1 shot to a Kevin Love 3. They had a lot of mental, just young team turnovers, and it's just like, bro, I thought we passed that, Celtics. I thought we got past that. I thought y'all was like, y'all here now. That Robert Williams turnover was terrible. All Marcus Smart had to do was do this and get it from him. He threw it, Kevin Love. He threw it right to Kevin Love. Kevin Love said, "Them the freest points ever."
I did see that. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was in the third quarter too when they was making that big run. I think it was like a 20-4 run or something like that. And like you said, no timeout. And I was saying that too. I was watching it. I was like, damn, this nigga still ain't called no timeout. He just looking.
Last thing that I want to say is, Spo's a hell of a coach. Hell of a coach.
Outside of Pop, he the best coach to me.
Yeah, best coach. Outside of Pop. Hell of a coach. But after game one, please don't play no more Cody Zeller, bro. Not this series. This matchup don't call for it.
Yeah, he didn't need a body.
Bro, it's like if you gonna play Bam like these type of minutes, Bam gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, step in and Bam young. You know what I'm saying? He a key contributor right now. You gotta put the big boy pants on, as I've been saying. And you gotta compete. You know what I'm saying? You got anything else?
Nah, nothing more about that series. I still think he's gonna be Heat 7. Boston may bounce back at home next game. If they don't, it's gonna be scary, and I may say Heat 6.
Yeah, it's gonna get real spooky if the Heat can win both of these games in Boston, but we'll see.
We definitely will see.
All right, we out.
We out.